Okay. Good morning. All right, so we're going to get started. Let's start lying down on our backs. Yeah, just however you're comfortable lying down. So you can relax your shoulders away from your neck. Let your legs be heavy. Let your arms be heavy. And we'll take a few breaths together to get started. So take an inhale through your nose. Take a full breath, hold it at the top. Try and soften. And then sigh it out, exhale. And just let all the breath go. And do that again, inhaling through your nose. Take a big full breath. Just let the chest fill, let the belly fill, expand everything. And release it with a sigh, exhale. And let all the breath just pour out. And we'll do it one more time like that. Big breath through the nose. Filling the chest, filling the belly, expanding, hold it at the top. Can you soften as you hold? Maybe sip in a little bit more breath, inhale it, and let it all go, exhale. And just let the breath pour out. All right, then start to breathe gently in and out through your nose. Steadying the breath, pouring the breath in through the nose. And gently, steadily out through the nose. Right, so we can create a comfortable pattern, a comfortable rhythm with the breath. Allowing the breath to be nice and steady. Pour it in and pour it out. And then we'll just keep coming back to the breath as we move through our practice every time we need to, right? Each and every time. Steady inhale. Steady exhale. All right. So keeping with this nice steady breath, we'll just start to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Right? Just start to feel your body. Notice how your body's feeling. And we'll try and let the practice just meet you right where you are. Then circle your wrists and your ankles. Start to wake that stuff up. Yeah, take an easy stretch. Oh, reach the arms overhead. Stretch out through the legs, even leaning a little bit side to side. Oh, yeah. Feel your parts. Okay, and then circle the arms out wide and hug your knees into your chest. Just give them a gentle squeeze, maybe rock a little bit side to side. Yeah. And then take an easy twist. I know the grass is a little damp, but legs to the left. You can scoot your butt over a little bit so you stay on your mat. Yeah. Yeah, the grass. It's nice. It is a little wet though. And just relax here, right? Soften. Let your shoulder be heavy, right? Just let the body start to open up a bit. Good. And then bring your legs back to center. Come to the middle. Take an inhale. And if you need to, scooch the hips over to the left and drop the knees over to the right. Yeah. And just open the chest, the shoulder, and let your shoulder melt down towards the mat, the earth, and soften. Yeah. Gently stretching, hopefully. Okay. Come back up to center. Come to the middle. Good. Let's send the heels straight up towards the ceiling, towards the sky, depending on where you are. Stretch the backs of your legs. just grab on however much and just give your legs a gentle stretch. Yeah, you can decide how much you want to pull the legs in. And just turn your toes out and let the legs go out wide to the sides and take a quick stretch there. Yeah. All right. And then bring the legs back up to center. That's it. And get your shins so that your shins are parallel to the floor and your heels are about the height of your hips. Yeah. So you have a kind of a right angle at the knees and then a right angle at your hips because your thighs are straight up and down. Yeah, you can have your hands down by your hips, or if you're feeling comfortable to bring the arms out wide, you can bring the arms out like a T. But press the low back into the floor. Just make sure the whole back of the body is flat on the mat. And then from here, we're just going to take the toes, both feet, and gently tap the toes. Keep the bend in the knees. Tap your toes on the floor and just bring your knees right back up to where they are. So opening the hip, right, and then pulling the knees back in. So we're not trying to bend the knees more. We're trying to open the hips. So reach your thighs forward and tap your toes. And then bring your legs back up. Yeah, exactly. That's it, you guys. And you'll feel, it's kind of gentle ab work, but just a little bit waking up of the belly. So thighs go forward, tap the toes, pick the knees back up. Let's do that a couple more times. The key is to keep the low back pressing down into the ground, into the floor. All right, last two. Do one more, tap and lift, and then just take a quick break. Let your feet come down, let your belly rest. Right, if you want to drop the knees a little bit side to side, yeah, just take a quick break. Good. Good, good. Okay, so back up, same position. Shins parallel, the knees over your hips, and you can still have your hands down by your hips. You are going to take a little bit of a twist. So roll onto the outer right hip and lift your left hip off the ground. So you'll feel a little bit of squeeze on the left side, right? You're just hovering the legs, keeping that same position. And here too, hands by your hips or arms out wide. Come back to center and then go the other way, right? So the knees are just hovering, right? You're on your outer left hip now, or the opposite hip, whichever one you weren't already on. Make sure you're breathing as you're here and just like feel that little bit of squeeze. And we're gonna do this 2 more times on each side. So come back to center and go over to the first side. Yeah, and hover. And if you want, you can get a little closer to the ground, right? Don't let your feet sag, so keep the feet nice and lifted. Come back to center. Yeah, go over to the other side, onto the outer hip, right? Maybe your legs get a little closer to the earth. Pin the opposite shoulder down, right? Keep that action happening. And then one more time each side, back to center. And legs over the other way, and maybe they get a little closer, still not touching the earth. If you want, start to straighten the knees a little bit more. Your legs will get heavier. Yeah. Make sure you're breathing. Come back to center. Oh, your legs are heavy. Bend your knees and go to the other side. And then if you want, you can straighten your legs now that you're out there. Oh my goodness. Legs are heavy. Take one more breath. Oh, back up to center and release it. Feet down to the ground. Oh, you can drop the knees side to side or just lie flat or whatever you like. Do that. Good. All right, let's come up to seated. So grabbing onto the backs of your legs, let's roll forward and back a couple of times. Come on up to sit. So nice out here. Okay. Once they're done picking up the trash, it's better. Relax your shoulders down. Take it, inhale, sweep out and up. Oh, reach for the sky. Exhale, pressing the palms, pull the hands through center. Let's just do that 2 more times. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up, just gathering your chi. Exhale, pulling it down to heart center. Do that 1 more time. We'll pause with the hands at the heart. Inhale, sweep out and up, gather. Exhaling, pulling the hands through the midline, pausing with the thumbs at the sternum, dropping your gaze to your fingertips, or close your eyes. Take a moment, just set an intention for your practice. So you can reaffirm why you came onto your mat, or if you have something in mind already. Take a big full inhale and sigh it out. Exhale, softening the shoulders down. Let's release the hands down. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Yeah, we're going out to the side. So a little bit your hands on the grass or just out to the floor on the side. Reach up and over, stretch it out. Yeah, and just roll the chest open. Right, so you're turning a little bit to face the sky. Let the left arm be a little heavy and let it kind of sweep back behind you a bit and feel the stretch across your chest. Oh, right, like you're trying to reach something kind of up and back. All right, and then finish the circle. Let the hand get heavy, come all the way down by the waist, and then sweep it around in front of you. Oh, and as you reach back up, let's switch sides. Come back up to center and over to the other side. Yeah. So first, just big side stretch, right? Relax the shoulders away from your neck. Turn the gaze, if it's okay for your neck, up towards the sky. And then kind of reaching the right arm back and away a little bit. So you feel the stretch across your chest a little bit more. And then complete the circle. Reach the right arm away and circle it down and up and around. And as you come back up to seated. Yeah, reach both arms up and hands come down. Let's switch the cross of the legs. We'll do one more thing while we're here. Well, sort of one more thing. Okay, reach up. Interlace your fingers. Turn the palms inside out. Press up. Root through the sit bones and really press to the sky. Yeah, if you want, you can look up. Just as long as it doesn't bother your neck, it's fine. And then we'll bring the chin down towards the chest as we press the hands forward. So bring the arms down. Just to go straight ahead. Round the spine, drop the chin. Stretch the back body, press the palms forward. Yeah. Come back upright, reach for the sky, press the thumbs up, inhale. Exhale, release the hands to behind your back. Do the opposite interlace so you have the other thumb on top. And let's stretch the knuckles back and down. Scoop the heart up. Gently lift your chin. And then keeping the hands reaching back behind you, slowly bring the chin down towards your chest. Keep the heart lifting. So the sternum's lifting to meet the chin. Do a little quarter turn of your chin towards your right shoulder. Then come back through center and take it to the other shoulder. And then bring it down towards your chest, right down the center. And lift your head, release your hands. Give your shoulders a little shake. All right, nice. Let's come on to hands and knees. Come on over. All right, so find your tabletop. Actually, let's do a couple rounds of cat-cow just because it's nice. Drawing the heart forward. So we'll just go maybe 3 times. Forward and back. All right, so take your time. There's no rush. Let's do one more. Yeah. And then as you're coming back forward after that last exhale, let's find a more centered or neutral spine maybe. The knees can come a little close, right? We'll send the right leg straight back. Right away, hug the tips of the ribs in and lift your belly. Okay. Get strong in the left hand. We're going to spin open. So pressing through the left hand, reach the right arm up like you're doing half moon on your knee or your shin, right? Yeah, squeeze the left hip under. And here too, if you can, turn your gaze up, right? Yeah, use your abs. And make sure you're breathing. Don't hold your breath. One more here, reach for the sky. And then bring it down, and we'll just switch sides. So as the right hand comes down, bring the knee down, and then send your left leg back. Yeah. Squeeze the arms nice and straight, hug the ribs in. And then root through that back shin, peel open. All right, take your time. We'll be here for a couple of breaths. Right, reach up to the sky. You can see maybe some birds, some squirrels running around. Inhale. Exhale, top hand comes down. So we're coming back to the first side. Find center, and then send the right leg back. And let's peel open, root through the back shin. As you inhale, open up. Yeah, lift up out of the bottom shoulder. Beautiful, keep the abs engaged. Take the top arm, spin the hand forward and reach it overhead. So now the right side is really long. Take an inhale. Pull your knee in, pull your elbow in. Try and touch your right knee to your right elbow, right in front of your hip, your waist. Yeah, and then reach it out long again. Let's do that 2 more times, right? Pull it in, squeeze, and inhale, reach. Yeah, one more like that. Pull it in, squeeze. Inhale, reach and stretch, and then send the right arm straight up to the sky and bring your hand down to the ground and roll the hip down, bring your knee down. Okay. We're going to do the other side, of course. So left leg back. Root through the back shin. Slowly peel it open. Reach the left arm up to the sky. Yeah, rib tips in and breathe. Turn the top arm and spin overhead, right? Yeah, reach the fingertips. That's it. So the left side feels really long. Take an inhale. And exhale, bend the elbow, bend the knee, pull them into meet right in front of you. Inhale, reach and stretch. Keep rooting through that bottom hand, pull it in, squeeze. Inhale, reach, nice and slow. One more time. Give it a squeeze. Inhale, stretch. And then reach the top arm up to the sky and bring your hand down and your knee down. All right, we're gonna do one more. Similar position, but just slightly different thing. All right, so right leg back. Good, and then again, peel open. Open up, open up. Rooting through the bottom hand. Right, yeah, get nice and lifted. Okay, this time we're gonna bring the leg out in front with it straight. So just swing it around. Flex at the hip, that's it. And then bring it back to where it was. Oh, it's exciting. Yes, do it again. Try to balance. It doesn't matter if you lose your balance, just come back in and keep going. Bring it back to where we started. Let's do it one more time, nice and slow. Reach that leg away. Keep the heel as lifted as you can. Bring it back and bring the hand down. It's extra fun when the ground is kind of uneven. Okay, I'm like, what's the funnest thing to do when you're on squishy, uneven ground? Balance, of course. Okay, switch sides. Send your left leg back. One more. Last one. Here we go. Peel open. That's it. So use your abs, right? And hopefully your glutes are just squeezing anyway, but definitely squeeze them if they're not. And just swing the leg. Try and keep it straight. And bring it straight out from the hips, facing, yes, out away from you. That's it. And bring it back. All right, 2 more times. Press into the bottom hand. Swing that leg around. Good. And bring it back. And we got one more. Reach it out. Hug the ribs in, hug the belly in. Straighten that leg out behind you. Awesome. And bring the hand down and the knee down. And you earned your child's pose. Stretch your glutes, sit your hips back. Oh, okay. All right. Good, you guys. Hopefully you feel your glutes a little bit, or a lot, maybe. That's good too. I feel mine. Okay. All right. Awesome work, everyone. I think it's time for downward facing dog. Let's come on up. Find a good spot for your hands. Give yourself plenty of space. Tuck the toes. Lift the hips. Downward facing dog. If you want, pedal your heels a time or two. Shake out your head. Right. Yeah, even opening the mouth really wide to release the hinge of the jaw can really help to relieve tension in the jaw, especially if you know you tend to clench, right? You can even stick your tongue out nice and big, right? Like a lion. It's a lion's breath, Simhasana. Beautiful. Use your legs, really press back with the thighs. Hug the tips of the ribs in. On your next inhale, shift forward to your plank pose. Forward to plank, shoulders away from your ears. Tailbone to the heels, right? So the abs are nice and engaged. Hover here for just another breath or two. Set it back up a little bit. There we go. And slowly lower to your mat, to the earth. Come all the way down. The grass is long. We're really in nature. We're gonna do Shalavasana. So reach your hands back by your hips. Curl the tailbone under so the pubic bone is pressing to the earth. Inhale, lift up. Lift the head, the chest, lift the legs. Yeah, exhale, come on down. Interlace your fingers above your sacrum. Curl the tailbone under. Reach the knuckles back. Lift your chest. Try and press your thighs up. They may not lift off the ground, but just try and press them away from the floor anyway. Good. Come on down. Switch the interlace. Keep the legs close. Press the pubic bone down to the earth. Inhale, lift up. Yeah. Reach your knuckles back. Get your shoulders away from your neck. Scoop the heart up and melt it down. Take a breath here to soften. Waggle the hips, release your hands. Good. Okay. Bring your palms by your ribs. Tuck your toes. Pressing either to knees plank or regular plank. Take an inhale. Exhale, press the ground away. Inhale at the top and exhale up and back. Downward facing dog. That's it. Feel free to sigh your breath out. Give the head a little shake or whatever, but then back into our Ujjayi breath. Steady inhale. Steady exhale. Use the inhale. Inhale and reach the hips up and back. Stretch yourself long. As you exhale, look forward, float forward. Bring your feet to your hands. Step forward or jump. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhaling, hands to heart. Just pause briefly here, standing. Soften the shoulders down and just appreciate how your body feels right now. Just standing here, just barely warming up. All right, release the hands. Turn the palms out. Take a full inhale. Reach out and up. Exhale, reach up more and then hinge at the hips and fold in half. Inhale, lift up halfway. Send the heart forward. Exhale, fold back down. Leading with the crown of the head, come up, lift the head, the chest, the arms out wide, reach and stretch for the sky. Exhale, pulling the hands through center. Let's keep going, hands down, palms out, inhale. Exhale, up and over. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands, step the right foot back, step your left foot back, come into your plank pose, top of a push-up. Good, that's it. Hover here, legs nice and strong. So the legs actively pressing up, the heels reaching back, and the sternum lengthening forward, Right? Yeah. Take one more breath. Lengthen the heart forward. Zip the belly. Inhale. Exhale. Bend the elbows. Let's come all the way down. Flatten your feet. Lift up Cobra Pose. Inhale. Stretching the belly. Circle the shoulders back and down. And lift the chest up. Yeah. Come on down. Lengthen forward and down. Take a breath. Keep the legs close, right? Press the tops of the feet. Press the pubic bone, lift your chest, right? Heart comes up, and as you come up, hug the elbows in a little more. Press the index finger knuckle, press the thumb, inhale. Good, you guys, exhale, come on down. A breath to soften. We're gonna lift up just like that one more time. Tailbone under, feet pressing down, inhale, lift the chest. Yeah, you can even get a little pushing into the floor to scoop the heart up a little more. Take one more inhale and then right back to down dog as you exhale. Hips up and back. And again, feel free to sigh it out. Right? Okay, beautiful. Reach with the hips up and back. Yes, take one more inhale, get as long as you can, stretch back, and then use the exhale to bring your feet to your hands, either walking forward or jumping forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, come all the way up, reach up. Exhale, pulling the hands through center. Keep going. Hands down, palms out. Inhale. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, bend the knees, hands down. Let's step the left foot back and step the right foot back into your plank pose, top of a push-up. That's it. All right. So let's bring the right forearm down onto the floor, the ground, your mat. Spin to your forearm Vashisthasana. Pinky edge, reach the top arm up. Yeah. Press into that bottom forearm. And then see if you can just, gently lower your hips towards the earth. Well, your right hip, your right outer thigh, and then lift them back up into the air. And do that 2 more times. Lower the outer right hip towards the floor and then pick it up. And one more time like that, lower and lift. Switch sides. Left forearm down. Spin to the pinky edge of your left foot. Reach the right arm up. All right, find your balance. Tailbone to the heels. Slowly lower the outer hip, outer thigh to the floor, the ground, the earth, and lift it up. Lower, and maybe you even lightly touch and lift your hips up. And do that one more time. Lower, get close, lift up. Oh, both forearms down. Forearm plank. Yes. And then drop your knees, flatten your feet, lift your chest. Draw the heart forward. There's a tiny little spider on my hand. Okay. So small. And then come on down. Okay. Little waggle of the hips to soften your low back. All right. Let's do that again. Come up into Sphinx Pose. Up on your forearms, shoulders back and down. Lift the chest. Right, press through the palms. If you want, you can even lift your elbows up. Right, scoop the heart forward, get a little more stretch. Keep the shoulders away from the neck. Nice. That's it, everybody. And come on down. Good. A breath here. Soften. Wow, at the back. How did you do that? Okay. Back up onto our forearms. Forearm plank. I'm not going to say it's the last time because it's not. Let's peel up. Lift the belly. Lift yourself up off the mat. Lean into your left forearm to plant your right hand. And we're going to lift ourselves back up to plank. Take an inhale. And exhale, downward facing dog. All right. Down dog. Good. Okay. So again, coming forward into your plank pose. Yeah. This time we're going to put the left forearm down first. So left forearm down, big toes touch, spin to the pinky edge. Yes. Reach the top arm up. That's it. So if you can, we're going to reach the top arm up and over, just like we did when we were on our knee. See if you can float the right foot and touch your right knee to your right elbow. It's very balancy, and straighten it out. It's okay if you lose your balance. Try and touch and straighten it out. God, I'm tipping over too. Try and touch. Straighten it out. Reach up. I know that was difficult. Come to center. Let's take a break for a second. That was a little more wobbly than I was anticipating, but it's okay. We'll do the other side, and then we won't have to do that again. So, okay, back into your forearm plank. All right, so let's just give it a try. If you're right-handed, this side will probably be easier. Come onto the pinky edge, reach the left arm up. Okay, so top arm up and over. And then if you can, you float your foot and tap your knee to your elbow. Press the whole bottom hand into the floor. Tap and reach. Good gravy. One more time. Little tap. Reach and get long. Top arm up. Forearm down. And down onto the ground for Sphinx Pose. So you can keep your elbows down or you can lift them up. Stretch your belly. Feel free to drop the head. Take a moment. Lengthen your abs. Yeah. All right, slowly down. A breath here, a little waggle. We're gonna do one more time, Sphinx Pose. So if you want a little bit bigger stretch, pull your hands back more so they're more under your shoulders, and then lifting up. And maybe you lift the elbows and get a little bit bigger. Curl the tailbone under. A little more lifted, a little bit bigger stretch. Here too, always, right in our back bend, shoulders back and down. Oh, so nice. Slowly lower. Good. Little wiggle waggle of the hips. All right, so one last forearm plank. Here it is. Tuck your toes. Elbows under your shoulders, palms flat and hopefully shoulder distance. Peel yourself off the ground. Lean to the right side this time. Plant your left hand for plank. And then press yourself back to plank. Inhale. Exhale. Downward facing dog. So good. All right. So from down dog, let's reach the right leg up and back into the air. Turn the toes out, lift the hip, bend the knee. Let's take that stretch a little further maybe. Yeah. Try leaning your head back and just see how that feels. Keep a little hug of the ribs. And yeah, imagine you're going to touch your foot to your head. Just pretend. Yeah, you never know. Okay. Straighten your leg and square up the hips. We're just doing this one time. Pull your knee towards your nose and hold it there. And just hover with your shin above the ground. Now look forward, right? And see if you can start to lean forward so your knee comes through your arms. And then step your foot between your hands. Whew. Let's do crescent pose. Bend the back knee. Come on up. Oh, there she is. Okay. So first things first, lengthen through the tailbone, right? Why we're doing this right now in particular is for this stretch right here. The whole body, but in particular that hip flexor. So lifting up through the hips will help, right? And then maybe bend a little more if you're not feeling stretch. And then maybe straighten the back leg if you want more. Yeah, lift the heart up. right? Start to shift the gaze up. Try. Gently press back with the upper arms. So now we're gonna really deepen that stretch, especially on the left side. Keep the inner left thigh reaching the most, right, away from you and back. Take one more breath, lift the heart, inhale. Exhale, bring the hands down. Plant the hands, step the front foot back, plank. Inhale. Exhale, bend the elbows, lower down. Inhale, lift the chest up. Okay, stay with me here. We're gonna let's bend the left knee. Bend your left knee. Roll to the left. Oh, you're gonna be on the grass. Can you do it? Roll open, right? You're gonna just keep your hand behind you, your left hand. Lift up onto your left hand and your left shin, your right leg straight, and just lift your hips up. Yeah. So you're more hips to the sky, like Wild Thing on your shin. Bring it down. Yeah. Come on around, back to where you were. Lift the chest, good. Let's go the other way. Bend your right knee. Go to the right. Just let your left leg roll over, and then on your right shin rather, left arm up and over. All right. Yeah. Bring it back. And back to down dog. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. Downward facing dog. Right, good. Okay. Send your left leg up into the air. Turn your toes out, lift your hip, bend your knee. And again, maybe you take it just a little deeper by leaning the head back, like you're gonna touch your foot to your head. Imagine you could actually do that. Hug the rib tips in. Yeah, good. Straighten your leg, square your hips. So just the one time, inhale, exhale, knee to your nose. So squeeze in nice and tight. And slowly start to shift your gaze forward. Hug that shin in. Lean forward, pull your knee forward, and try and step your foot between your hands. Yeah, that'll get your abs squeezing. Come on up. So start with the knees bent and try and get nice and high on the ball of the back foot if you can. If your body will let you do that. Right, outer left hip pulls back, and then we lift up, right? So the hip bones lift, almost like you're trying to pull the pubic bone up to your belly button, right? That action, and maybe you're like, oh yeah, I feel more stretch now. If you want more stretch, you can bend a little more into the front knee, and then use the inner thigh on the back leg and reach that back, right? Your legs. So breathe, right? Come back into your Ujjayi breath. What's happening there? Soften the shoulders away from the neck, and slowly start to transfer the gaze up, right? Up to the sky. Oh, maybe the upper arms can press back a bit more. Can you hug the rib tips in, engage your abs? Take one more breath here, inhaling. Exhaling, slowly take it down. That's it. Hands down, step back. Into your plank pose. Good. So we're going to do a variation of that thing we just did. So lower down, or not just did, but in the previous vinyasa. Inhale, lift up your chest, so like a Cobra Pose. This time, both legs straight. We're going to roll over, and now the top leg, go to the left. Put your right foot on the floor. On your left hand, right foot, lift up. Yeah, good. And come on down. Switch sides. Straighten your legs back to center, and then other way. So the top knee is the one that bends. On your right foot, up. Right hand, left foot. Yes. And back down. Good. Roll over. Lift the chest. And downward facing dog. Stretch back. All right, press the hips up and back. Lengthen the side of the body. Smooth out your breath. One more big inhale, stretch the hips up and back. Exhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, walk, jump, feet to hands. Yeah, inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold in. Chair pose, Utkatasana, bend your knees. Reach the arms, that's it. Yeah, we gotta get a chair pose in there. So really sitting the hips back, reach the sit bones, like you could kind of connect your sit bones to the back edge of your mat. Keep the glutes active, little space between the knees, and then gently lift the chest. See if you can lift the chest a little higher. Yeah, reach up, up, up. Take one more inhale, maybe gaze up and let it go. Exhale, fold. All the breath out, soften for a breath in the forward fold. And then inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the heart forward. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands. You can keep stepping back if you like, jump back. And maybe this time, Chaturanga to upward facing dog. Oh, to downward facing dog. Good. All right. Send your right leg up into the air. Inhale. Good. Exhale. Pull your knee in towards your nose. Round the spine to step your foot between your hands. Warrior one. Back heel drops. Rise on up. Right. Outer right hip back. It's a lot like crescent pose, except the back heel's on the floor, which makes it a little bit harder to move around with that back leg. Good. Lift the heart, press the arms back. Let's bring the hands behind the back to interlace the fingers, reach the knuckles back and down. Spread the collarbones. Keep trying to lengthen the outer right hip back as you press the right big toe into the floor, the big toe mound. Take an inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Shoulder to knee maybe. Shoulder inside the knee maybe. But the thing is, can you keep the outer right hip back? Right hip back, yes. Carrie, do that a little bit more. Yes, exactly. Good, you guys. And then press into the back heel. How's your breath as you're here? Because I know it's some effort. Push firmly into the back foot. Lift yourself up. Whoa, release. I almost tipped over. Reach up. Awesome. Bring your hands to your heart. Whew, your shoulders, right? Lean forward. I have to move my front foot back a little bit. There we go. We're coming into warrior three. That's a little wide. Onto the ball of the back foot. Outer right hip back. Hopefully you're feeling some heat over there. Lean in. Come on up. Press the back leg to the ceiling. Arms out wide or even overhead if your back can tolerate it. Yes. Energize that lifted leg. Take one more breath here. We'll come back out through warrior one. Bend the right knee. Reach the left foot back. Land lightly. That's it. Heart to the sky. Find the pose. Release the hands to the floor. Ground your mat. Onto the ball of the back foot. Sweep the right leg up into the air. Whew. Turn the toes out. Lift the hip and the knee. If you like, it's kind of, we sort of did it already. Spinning the left toes to the right, right? The right foot comes to the ground behind you and you lift up. Yeah, breathe. That's it. And then back around into your three-legged dog. Inhale. Exhale, vinyasa, rest. Bring your foot to the floor, like whatever you want to do, couple breaths. Maybe Chaturanga up dog. Yeah, I'm like, I'm going to sip my tea. Okay. Good, just breathe. Smooth it out. Okay, so let's get back into our down dog. As delicious as child's pose is, we got a couple more things to do. Lifting the left leg, inhale, exhale, round the spine, squeeze and step the foot through for warrior one. Back heel to the ground, come on up. Yeah, to the earth. So we want this bend in the front knee, which does feel a little bit like we're pushing forward, but as much as we're bending, I want you to also see if you can tune into a pulling back from the outer, yeah, the outer left hip, exactly, right? So we're still squaring, even with the back heel down. It's a lot easier when the heel's up, right? When we put that heel down, like, whew, you have to really work it. Hug the ribs in, keep the abs engaged. Okay, let's bring the hands behind. Back leg stays strong. So we're doing the other interlace with the opposite thumb on top. Keep pressing into the back heel as you lengthen the left hip back, right? Lift the heart up, open the chest, send the tailbone to the floor. Inhale, exhale, forward fold. So your shoulder to your knee, but watch the left hip. It wants to swing out to the side. So as you come in, keep that left hip pinned back and in, right? Breathe. Nice, you guys. Press into the back heel. See if it's possible to bend a little deeper into the front knee. Get the crown of your head a little closer to the ground, to the earth. Take one more breath. Press into your back foot. Lift yourself up. Oh, your front leg. Reach for the sky. Find the pose. I know. Warrior three. So I'm just going to move my front foot back a little bit. All right. Outer left hip back. Go forward. I want you to feel some heat in that hip. So I hope that you are. Come on in. The challenge is a couple of things. Getting yourself squared off to the floor, right, from a head to heel perspective, but then also getting that outer right hip to drop down. Yeah. Play with the balance. Arms going out wide, even overhead, right? How's your breath? Keep the lifted leg lifted. Move back through warrior one. That's it. Yes, you guys. Find the pose. Press the arms back. Lift the heart up. Inhale, bend. Exhale, release. Whew, hands down. Sweep the left foot up into the air on the ball of the back foot. So a three-legged dog, right? And then maybe as you lift the hip and bend the left knee, you pivot the right toes to the left and let the left foot come to the floor, the ground, the earth, and into your wild thing. Hips and heart to the sky. Yeah, nice. Back around, lift, and maybe a three-legged vinyasa, maybe straight to downward facing dog. Feel free to take a breath or two in child's pose. Yeah. Sigh the breath out. Give your head a quick shake. Nice, everyone. So good. Okay. Downward facing dog. Downward dog. One last little thing to play with there. One more fun variation. Maybe it's fun, I don't know. Okay. From plank, shift forward. Sorry, from down dog, shift forward to plank. I was saying that backwards. Shift forward to plank. Okay, so Vashisthasana, but then maybe into our wild thing variation. So the big toes touch, we spin to the pinky edge. Even if you're on this bottom shin, like we kind of did it earlier, spin, lift, maybe float the left foot to bend the knee and plant it behind you. And then again, lift up. Oh, right, yeah. It's a lot like Urdhva, but not quite. Awesome, you guys. Now, can you come out through Vashisthasana? Woo. And then to plank. Do you need a second? Yeah. Take a second. Shake it out, catch your breath. Yeah. We'll do the other side. So just keep it simple. Try not to move this side left hand, right? It just stays in the same spot the whole time. Okay. Plank. Big toes touch, pinky edge left foot. Right, first Vashisthasana. Spin the inner arm forward towards your index finger on that bottom arm. Pick the right foot up, bend the knee, step behind you, roll open, lift the hips. Yes, very nice. Heart lifting, last breath. Can you hit Vashisthasana on your way out? That's the fun part. Woo! And then bring it down. Vinyasa, straight to dog. Take a breath. Whew, good job, you guys. Fun. Okay. Catch your breath. Smooth it out. So good. All right. So, yeah, if you're in child's pose, how you can just sit up. If you're in down dog, jump your feet to your hands, through your hands, right? Come to seated. We're really gonna lie down. Yeah, and do a couple more back bends. And then we'll play with a little handstand kick-ups, or maybe you guys at home will actually kick up. And then we'll cool it down. So we've done a bit of back bendy type stuff, playing with different versions of Wild Thing and like that. So now we'll take it into a little bit more classic back bends of bridge pose and possibly Urdhva Dhanurasana, which Wild Thing is pretty close to. So we'll start, wow, that's nice. I was getting kind of sweaty. We'll start with bridge, lying on our backs, like being with your knees bent and your feet flat. And I think you guys all know, and I think you guys at home too, we're just gonna lift up, interlace the fingers, open the chest. We're trying to stretch the front of the body, right? So opening up the heart, opening up the front of the hips, stretching the belly, move your heart to your chin, right? Ground down evenly through the feet and use the strength of your legs to move your heart more towards your chin, right? Stretch and open the front of the chest. Take another breath. When you need to come down, come on down. So just know we're going to do 2 more back bends. So feel free to do bridge pose again. It's delightful. Switch the interlace so you're getting that opposite interlace. Those of you that want, that can do Urdhva Dhanurasana, feel free to flip the palms, plant them by your ears, and come on up into Urdhva. Hold your back bend for several breaths. When you need to come down, you'll come down if you haven't already. See how you feel? And let's honor ourselves with one more back bend. One last one. So yogi's choice, if you're doing bridge, do the interlace that feels kind of awkward, right? Do the awkward feeling one. If you're coming up into Urdhva, plant the hands, puff the chest, come on in. Make sure you're not holding your breath. Really easy to squeeze and hold. So keep breathing, coming down as you need to. Take a moment to just lie on your back and then gently, one at a time, hugging the knees into the chest. Give them a squeeze. Maybe rock a little bit side to side. Okay, good. Very nice. All right, let's come up. Come to sit, actually all the way up. So if you're feeling a little adventurous here, you can use a tree, right, and kick up into some sort of handstand if you like, or we can just play with some kicks on the mat. So I think the squirrels would like it actually, if we just, you can put a towel, ooh, they eat a lot of stuff, and just come on up. You can, right? It's totally fine. But if you're like, I don't know, I know, I hear the squirrels up there. They're wondering what I'm up to. They're like, hey, lady, don't climb up here. Don't worry, I'm not going up there. All right, or you can plant your hands and you can just play with some kicks. Try to tap your knee with your toes, and then you try it the other way, right? And just see how it feels. If you're comfortable, like doing a headstand or something, you can do that. But just play with some kind of upside downiness. Yeah, the squirrel. Yes, you guys. That's it, Jenny. Yeah, good. Yes, theme, good. You do have to try both sides. I know, we always have a favorite side. And the other side feels like someone else's legs or something, but you just do it anyway. It's good for your brain. Yes, exactly. Awesome. And if you want, you can also try switching your legs up in the air. So when you kick up, you switch and land on the opposite foot. All right, kick and switch. And play with that too, yeah. Yes, exactly. There you go. That's it. But then switch to Jenny and kick with your other leg first. I know your brain's like, no, don't do it. There you go. Exactly. I know it takes a little getting used to, for sure. The brain rebels. Yes, you guys. Okay. Shoo. Fun times. The squirrel is totally interested in what I was doing because now he's here. And he came down and I'm like, all right, next time, buddy, I'll stay a little longer. All right, so good job, everyone. Let's sit. If you're upside down, still at home, and especially if you guys that do headstands, make sure you're doing child's pose first. Yeah. Okay, I got a little caught up in the squirrels. Okay, let's sit. Let's sit in Dandasana. This will feel good. We did a lot of back bending things, so the forward fold will be a good stretch. Reach up, inhale, exhale. So if you can reach your feet, go ahead and grab them. If not, grab your ankles, your shins, your knees, whatever you can hang on to. If you have a strap, you can use that. Inhale, lift the chest and drop the shoulders, widen the collarbones. Exhale, forward, fold. Right, and just let the back of the body stretch. Keep the toes up. Yeah, and just imagine you could lengthen your heels to the top of your mat, right? Stretch the heels away. Stretch the sit bones, the tailbone, and the other direction. And then the sternum and your heart also moving in the direction of your heels forward. It's an active pose, really. All right, let's gently come up, lift up halfway, inhale, exhale, come up the rest of the way. Pull your left heel in. So Janu Shirsasana. So you just have the sole of your foot into the inner thigh. One hand on either side of the outstretched leg, which just looks a lot like Dandasana, what we were just doing. And forward fold again. But this time, the back leg, the bent leg, is going to really kind of reach back and down. Like you're trying to get the outer thigh to the ground behind you as you lengthen forward. So the left ribs come forward and we get a really delicious stretch on the left side of the body. Right, and then also, of course, the right hamstring, the back of the leg on the right side. Right, and then here too, how's your breath? Right, smooth it out. Maybe slow it down if it's still a little fast. And inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, release the rest of the way. Okay, bring the knee up and out, and we'll just switch sides. Simple. Bring the other foot in. So just sole the foot to the inner thigh. If you can get your heel all the way up into the groin, do that. But if not, just get it as far up your leg as you can. Turn towards the straight leg. And again, we're rooting through the sit bone, the outer thigh reaching back and down as we go forward. So it's creating a little anchor back here for us to lengthen out. And then just breathe here. Keep trying to work the right ribs forward and down until you're squared off to the earth, right? And breathe and soften the jaw and relax your shoulders. Yeah. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale the rest of the way. Okay, so let's do one more thing while we're sitting up, which is bringing the soles of the feet together. So the knees are bent out, but you don't really have to pull them all the way in. I mean, I guess you can if you want to, but you can keep some space here. And then easy forward fold. If you have a block, you try putting your feet up on the block because that's kind of nice in your hips too. For some people, it's just something to try. Right, and then yeah, we'll just round forward. Your feet, it doesn't really matter if it never gets there, but just to give yourself a direction. The spine can really round. Yeah, just try and relax. You may be tempted to pull yourself, like hold on to your feet and pull yourself down, but see if you can just let yourself just give into gravity and find a little heaviness in the body and a little heaviness in the head. Right, softening instead of pulling. Can you find something a little gentler? Okay, breathe into the sensations in the body. And if you're getting distracted visually, you can close your eyes. And if the thoughts about the day or, whatever start to kind of nudge their way in, just try and gently let them go, right? And come back into just a nice steady breath, just being aware of the sounds, your breath, or you can notice the thoughts, but just let them go. take a few more breaths in this stretch. And if you feel like you need to adjust something or move where your feet are or anything like that, feel free to do that. Good. Take your time, slowly walking the hands back, back, back to sit yourself up. Yeah, let's bring the knees together. Oh, and we'll soften the outer hips for a moment. Take a breath. We will lie on our backs. We're going to do one more twist as we get to lying down. So roll on back. Oh. And once you're there, right, consider if you want to keep your knees stacked, kind of like we did at the beginning of class, or maybe you want to cross the thighs and bring the right thigh on top of the left thigh for your twist. So yeah, and then we'll take the legs over to the left. So legs to the left and then opening up the right side, just letting the shoulder melt to the floor, the ground, the earth. All right, take a twist. Yeah, Melvin, maybe scooch up a little bit so you're not in the sun. The shade moves. Yeah, there you go. Soften, right? No more efforting, like the minimum amount of effort you need to be here, which is hopefully almost none. And then bring your knees back to center. Recross the legs the other way, and then legs over to the right and reach the left arm. Yeah. Soften here. A breath or two. Yeah, everything heavy, minimum effort. Good. All right, back up to center. Where if you want to do happy baby, rock it out, maybe kick out through the heels, release the inner thighs. Whatever sort of stretchy things you want to do before you come into Shavasana. So, yeah, once you're ready, if you're in a sunny patch, maybe scooch in to the shade, unless you want the vitamin D, I guess. But maybe cover your eyes just so you get a little bit of that quieting of the darkness. Soften the shoulders away from your ears. Let the backs of your shoulders just melt back. Legs nice and heavy. Right? Everything heavy. Belly soft. Let your whole body relax. Let your whole body soften, be heavy. And we'll take a couple of minutes resting in Shavasana. Slowly begin to deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Gently begin to wake yourself up. And if you like, you can take an easy stretch, reaching the arms overhead, stretching the legs. Right, move slowly, take your time. Gently hugging the knees in one last time. Hug the knees into the chest. If you like, you can rock a little side to side. Feel free. Yeah. And rolling all the way over onto your side. Take a moment there to just rest in this Shavasana feeling for a moment longer, right? Just savor this feeling. Using your hands to press into the ground, come back up to seated. And as you come to sit, let's just close the eyes and pause here, just appreciating the effects of your practice, right? Noticing how you feel, noticing, right, the effects. You took the time, you showed up, you worked hard. Like, what's different? What's shifted? And bringing the hands together, thumbs to the sternum. Inhale, lifting the heart. Exhale, bowing in gratitude as always. Grateful, grateful. Grateful that we have this practice and all the beauty, all the benefits, all the joy it brings. And in anything else or everything else, or what do you feel grateful for right now? Thank you so much for sharing practice today, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, beautiful people. All right, Namo Varas. Namaste to a group. Yay. Thanks, everyone. The squirrel, that little squirrel. Since I did the handstand, it's been very interested. Like, what are you up to? Yeah, for sure. Hi, guys. Thanks. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Hi, Terry. You're welcome.
Thank
Good to see you guys.
Good to see you.
Yeah. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thanks. You too.
You're welcome.
Bye, guys.
I will. Bye, everyone. Fun.